Season 20 of Axie Infinity has just come to an end, and the winner of that season has taken home 203 AXS, which at current price is about $10,000. Now, towards the end of the season, there was one team that started to look very strong, and if you follow me on Twitter, you could have played the game Let's Spot the Triple Lunge team, and that's how the top 10 standing looked like. And the winner of Season 20 has played a Triple Lunge team as well, without a surprise, and that person is 1437, coming in from Meta T8 team, finishing the season at 3754 MMR. That's a 24-point lead over Tursac, which we have covered in the last video. So a great win for 1437, taking home that 200 AXS. And today we will go through his games to try and find out how he plays this team and how he got that number 1 position in Season 20. So in the first game, 1437 is facing versus the Triple Antenna, Triple Cute Bunny team, and this is the Triple Lunge team that he is running. So the front lanes are exactly the same as they were in Tursac's team. So you have the Goda, the Sandal, the Cattail, and the Lunge. Both are exactly the same, standing at 486 health, but the backlane is quite different. The last time we have seen a backlane Lunge team, it was with a Spiky Wing and a Rise. This time, 1437 is going for the Cottontail and the Scarab so that he can counter some other healing Axies at the back. Now that Reptile in the back with the Cottontail should be able to outplay pretty much any Axie, and let's jump into this game. Round 1, they are going for a skip from the Triple Antenna team, but 1437 is not wasting any time, going for a Goda and a double Scarab. And in round 2, the opponent does retaliate, going for the Cute Bunny, double Bone Sail and a Cute Bunny. He doesn't get any Bone Sail value, that means he doesn't draw any cards. Right, round 3, again going for the skip. The front lane Dusk misses with the Fear. Maybe he was expecting some damage to come through, or just putting up enough shield so he doesn't die to one card, and the front lane of his opponent does die due to that attack. Now we see the antenna finally coming through, but it doesn't have any value because 1437 has used up all of his energy. And if it's round 4 and you still haven't stolen any energy from the antennas, you are pretty much as good as dead. Right, the mid lane does have a Sandal, therefore it shouldn't have any issues clearing that mid lane bug, as Sandal deals insane amounts of damage. You can see the Lunge coming through, 102 damage, and then the Cattail, Sandal, Cattail, so he can grab as many cards as he can. He's not using the Cottontails, and the reason for that is because he doesn't want to give any potential antenna steals to his opponent. So just hold on to these Cattails or to the Cottontails and hold on to the Nemos if you are facing a Triple Antenna team, because you don't want to get those energy points stolen. Now going for the double Scarab, and that will not be enough to kill that bug, as he plays plenty of shield. Sandal, double Cute Bunny, and an antenna is enough to save that bug. And now with the Cute Bunny coming through, it will be an interesting battle. Now he has to play a double Cottontail, otherwise he will not be able to get through that Fear, and then double Scarab to finish things off. And in a 1v1 scenario facing an Aqua, when you have Razorbites and Cottontails, you will pretty much never die to that Aqua. The Aqua does still go for quite decent damage with the double Cute Bunny as well as the Goldfish, but that will not deal anywhere near enough damage. And you can see the double Razorbite coming through, healing the Reptile to max health, and the antenna player decides to surrender. In game number 2, we have a mirror matchup. That means Triple Lunge versus Triple Lunge, but it is a little bit different at the backlane, right? He is playing a Nemo, so that makes me think that 1437 should have the edge because he has a defensive card in the 1v1, whereas his opponent has an offensive one, and I think defensive ones just simply work much better. Round 1, 1437 does decide to go for the skip, getting that Scarab, Jaguar, and Lunge hit on his Dusk. We'll see if that Dusk makes it to round 3. I don't think he will be saving that one. It looks like he actually wants to. Let's see if that will be possible. Scarab coming through, putting that Dusk to 47 health, but the Dusk does manage to deal some damage with the Goda, with the Lunge, as it is lower health, so he can go faster. And then a double Lunge coming through from the back lane with a Scarab, just enough to take that front lane of his opponent down. Now we will see a Goda face stuff coming through, one Golda and a Cattail, and then one Golda and a Cattail from 1437. That Golda does actually take down some value, right? He gets the 1 energy of his opponent. Not sure why the opponent hasn't used all of his energy, knowing that there's still double Golda possibility from 1437. It looks like that was quite big of a mistake. And then double Nemo to finally take down this front lane Dusk in round 4, but that might just be little too late. Another Golda grabbing some value, destroying the energy of his opponent, and now it is 2 versus 1. The opponent hasn't cleared the front lane Dusk quick enough, and we see the Lunge Sandal Cattail combo coming through, and it looks like the opponent has simply given up and he doesn't have any chance to win this battle. And yet again, 1437 will force his opponent to surrender. In the third game, 1437 is facing off versus a team that is quite unique. There is a bug in the mid lane that does have a Cottontail, Caterpillar, Mosquito, and a Sticky Goo. One that is healing and that generates some energy. So maybe that bug will be enough to stop this double Dusk and a Reptile force attacking with the lunges. Round 1, going for the Golda, going for the double lunge, trying to inflict as much damage as he can into this plant. But the plant does play quite a lot of shield, Cattail, and then the Bamboo Shoot and a Sandal playing 170 shield. Still not enough to stop that attack, and he's left with 279 health. Not sure why he didn't play another energy, as he would lose it to the Golda, which is exactly what happens. Now he clears that front lane Dusk in round 2, so already going quite decent for the opponent of 1437, going for the last one as well as the Tri-Feather to clear that Dusk. And we see the 1437 going for an attack as well. Scarab, double Razor Bite, so he's not holding on to these Razor Bites to try and attack the bird. He wants to get rid of that plant as quick as he can. Round 4, going for the Eggshell and the last one from the opponent. Let's see how much damage that does. 109 and 149 to the Dusk, and it's also an Eggshell on the backlane bird. So that bug in the mid lane is quite safe due to that Eggshell, and he can always heal using the Mosquito. So he's quite healthy at 402 health, and let's see if that will be enough to take down the mid lane Dusk and eventually win the game. We see the Tri-Feather coming through with the last one. That will be enough to take the shields down, but the Dusk is still sitting at 140 health. We'll see if the bug will have enough damage to clear it. The double Sandal coming through, that deals a crap ton of damage to the bug, right, as it does deal extra damage. And the Sticky Goo and the Caterpillar will not trigger due to the Cottontail usage from the backlane Reptile, clearing the last stand points, and inevitably the bug has fallen down without clearing the Dusk. So it looks like 1437 can decimate even a strong tanky healing bug in the mid lane. Now let's see how much this team costs if you want to build it for yourself. I wouldn't recommend building an expensive team like that after the season has ended, because you might not get the best of value from it, right? Because we might be moving into Origin, we might not see season 21, or we might, but that will be a question still. So if it's an expensive team, don't buy it, because you're probably not going to make your money back. But we do see a Cattail, Golda, Sandal, and then the Lunge coming through from these Dusks. So let's hover over the Dusk, and it looks like it's $222 for ones that have 54 health. And if you want a max health one, which is 56, you will have to pay $300 for that one. And then the Reptile at the back lane does have a Scarab, Cottontail, Razor Bite, and then Feather Lunge as well, which is $700. That is insanely expensive, but you can see how rare that one is. If we go into the Lunge, there's only 3 of them for sale, and if we go to all of them that exist, there's only 27 Axies like that exist. So very, very rare, and those people have made it to the top of the leaderboard with that team usually. So you can see why breeding something unique might pay off in the long term. Alright, for the last game of this episode, 1437 will be facing off versus the Spam and Rise team, which is a backdoor backlane God Mech and a mid lane Poison Dusk with the Wing Horn. Round 1, 1437 is going very aggressive with the Sandal and the double lunge, inflicting quite a lot of damage into the plant, leaving him on sub 100 health. But there is the possibility to do a backdoor already, and you can see that 1437 is aware of this, and he plays 80 shield. 80 shield would have saved him from a backdoor, but his opponent doesn't decide to go for him, and now the reptile is left exposed. He can only play 50 shield, which he doesn't decide to do, and if he doesn't play any shield, then the mech does have free reigns on that reptile, and you can see the double juggling ball and the twin tail coming through, and that is enough to take this reptile down. Or is it? No, it's not. It's left on 2 health, but those poison stacks on the mid lane are doing great work. Now he will try and finish off that reptile with the Toothless Raid as well as the Tool Strike, and that will be enough to take that reptile down. And you can see that he wasted 2 lunges on that reptile, so leaving him low on energy and not dealing any damage to the mid lane Dusk, which is quite a bit of an issue. Maybe if he just gave up that reptile at the back, he would have been okay in this fight, but it looks like now due to that low energy that 1437 has, he might not be able to win this fight, especially that the mech is still well and alive, and both of the Dusks are sitting on 3 poison stacks. Now the Dusk still gets some value with the Chomp, with the Garish Worm, and the front lane Dusk has fallen, and although the mech doesn't have any cards, he still will win this fight as long as he draws 1 offensive card and a Twin Tail to finish that off. And you can see Dual Strike hitting for 178 and the Twin Tails hit for 46 each. So the Dusks of 1437 finally fall down, and we do have a complete episode where he has fallen to the God Mech, but he still takes home 203 AXS for season 20, so I don't think he will be upset with that loss. And if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel for daily playthrough content, and I will see you in the next one.